Should LA Knight be the individual to finally dethrone Logan Paul as the current United States champion at the upcoming SummerSlam event? Ever since debuting in NXT a couple of years ago, LA Knight has been able to amass a level of support and momentum in his favor. Not only has he proven to be entertaining in the ring, but on the microphone as well, harkening back to the days of the Attitude Era. It's no secret he gets a lot of comparisons to that of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I feel like it's that level of nostalgia that gets a lot of us fans on his side. And I know there have been hiccups. For example, when he debuted on the main roster on SmackDown as Max Dupree, a lot of people were fearful that this was where his career was going to be derailed due to the way that creative had been booking him. This is when Triple H and company finally came to their senses, fixing the wrongs that had been made and putting him back in position as LA Knight. Since then, we've seen LA Knight be a part of the SummerSlam Battle Royal last year. He had a championship program with Roman Reigns, as well as a highlighted feud with AJ Styles that culminated in a match at WrestleMania 40. If you ask me, I think LA Knight should have won the championship way before this even got to the point. In fact, I would have had him winning it before Logan Paul was even the champion. Look, I'm all for having Logan Paul winning the United States Championship to begin with, not only because he's shown a great improvement in the ring, but as an overall character. The main complaint that a lot of people have had regarding Logan Paul's reign is the lack of title defenses. You see, he's been champion for nearly, 260 days, and only has 2 title defenses to his name, both that we can name, one at the Royal Rumble against Kevin Owens, and the second being at WrestleMania 40 in a triple threat match with Randy Orton, as well as Kevin Owens. I'll give Logan Paul his credit. I think he's been great in WWE. He's really adapted well to the style that WWE has. My only issue again is that lack of title defenses, and I think this would be a great opportunity to put on the strap to LA Knight, give him something to work with. We've seen him for so long chasing after accolades, whether it's the WWE Universal Championship, the Money in the Bank briefcase, and now the US title. I think it's about time we finally reward LA Knight for becoming so over with the audience by gifting him something that he's deserved, something he's earned these last couple years. Along the likes of Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso, I think LA Knight has a real legitimate argument of being one of the top baby faces on the program. Every time you hear his theme music across the arena, you can hear the audience's pop for his arrival. Every time he's speaking into a microphone, the audience is holding on every single word that is coming out of his mouth. They match his energy when it comes to the LA Knight chant, as well as giving him the proper yeah response that he's looking for. And if we were to look at it in this case, if LA Knight were to lose this matchup at SummerSlam, where does that leave him then? I think it makes perfect sense to have LA Knight finally win singles gold and elevate the United States Championship into a title that we all can be interested in. Because you harken back to the days that Austin Theory was champion, it began to lose steam. It began to lose the level of importance that we wish it would have. Unlike the Intercontinental Championship, which has remained one of the top titles ever since the Gunther title reign, the US title is incredibly needing some kind of level of energy, an injection of excitement, and this is something that LA Knight could certainly provide. I for one think that LA Knight will win the title at SummerSlam, seemingly because of the notion of where would we go from here. I think Logan Paul has an abundance of rivalries and storylines that he can attach himself to, whereas if a loss for LA Knight were to arrive, then where do we go? He's already lost against Roman Reigns. He already lost the Money in the Bank contest twice, back-to-back years. If he were to lose this US Championship match, where do we go from there? I don't think you can transfer him to a WWE title picture with Cody Rhodes, especially given that he's with the Bloodline and the speculated matchup with Randy Orton is on the horizon. The time is now. I remember back at a post-conference that Triple H had announced when speaking about LA Knight that, hey, these things require patience. In due time, good things will happen for those who wait. I think people have waited long enough. I think this is the ideal opportunity to finally give LA Knight a championship win against something to give him on his resume and something to reward him for the work that he's done these last couple years. If you've been keeping up with the channel as well as the J Area podcast, you would know I'm a big supporter of Triple H and the creative decisions that they have made these last couple years. But I think if they fail to provide LA Knight this championship victory, this is going to be one of the bigger missteps that the company has seen since the new regime. I'm very curious to see what you all think. Do you think now is the time to pull the trigger on an LA Knight championship victory? If so, why? If so, why not? In the meantime, go ahead and let me know what are some potential feuds you would like to see LA Knight carry on for the rest of the year. If you haven't already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to follow all the pro wrestling content that is produced on this channel. You guys have been doing fantastic in terms of the subscriber count and the increase in viewership. It is really helping out the channel, but please continue to do so and continue to spread the word as we continue to try and grow the channel, the podcast, into something as big as it can be. Of course, with that being said, my name is Jose Ramos Jr. Thank you guys for joining me on this short little video about LA Knight and the United States Championship, and I'll see you all in the next one.